Episode 13.
Yeah, it's a
We
lucky
are
number.
back.
Lucky number 13.
Oh yeah, very lucky. Wouldn't it be crazy if we recorded episode 13 on Friday the 13th?
Yeah,
That would be nuts. But it's not
it
Friday
didn't
the
happen.
13th.
Yeah, we did record on Friday the 13th, but
Yeah, but
it
episode
was like
11.
11. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're too off. Well,
Well,
welcome to the Cousin Couch, everyone.
Welcome back, everyone. Let me turn off the metronome. I just realized it was still going.
He said before, metronome's not going. And then he goes, let me turn off the metronome.
Well, I turned off the count in, but whatever. The button is highlighted purple when it's like preset, but it wasn't preset. It was just going. So, oh well, whatever. It turned purple after we hit record.
Okay.
Doesn't
Boring.
matter. It doesn't matter. You want to hear it anyway, so.
Okay. All right.
Let's just go into the headphones, which we don't have plugged in.
Yeah. And also, we don't really need to keep a beat right
Yeah.
now.
Believe it or not, we run totally blind.
No beat.
Well, no.
Oh.
I'm saying like I haven't done a sound check since like the first time I got this audio interface, which was when we recorded with Colton.
We just assume it's going to be good.
Yeah, I just don't touch the settings. I plug it in, and if the signal's coming through, I'm like, sick.
Let's
It's going to
start
sound good.
it up. Oh, it's going to sound good.
Yeah.
And it does sound good.
It does sound good. There's no problems yet.
Not yet. We'll get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah. I don't think we'll ever have an issue.
No.
Yeah. Anyways. But dude, call me a prophet.
Okay.
I said ISTJ
You did.
is what Gage would be. Guess what Gage is? Guess who finally took a test without having his credit card information stolen?
Yeah, it was free. Would you look at that? You just had to do a little bit more research than I did. And yeah, I am ISTJ-A.
Ooh.
Apparently. Logistician is what they call me.
So you're very logical.
Logical thinking. Yeah. Which means I'm probably usually right.
Definitely see it. Well, unless you have flawed logic.
No.
Ever think about that?
Never thought about it.
Just 'cause you're logical doesn't mean you're right.
Well, no, it doesn't. But I have some pretty good logic. If you know me.
What else does it say about you?
Okay, let's see. Should we go to an introduction of the ISTJ?
Just give us the overview.
I'm doing that.
Okay.
Chill.
All right. So, okay.
People with ISTJ personality type mean that they say... Oh, wait. Sorry. They mean what they say and say what they mean. And when they commit to doing something, they make sure to follow through. With their responsible and dependable nature, it might not be so surprising that ISTJ personalities also tend to have a deep respect for structure and tradition. They are often drawn to organizations, workplaces, and educational settings that offer clear hierarchies and expectations.
Wow.
And it says, while ISTJs may not be particularly flashy or attention-seeking, they do more than their share to keep society on a sturdy, stable foundation. In their families and their communities, people with their personality type often earn respect for their reliability, their practicality, and their ability to stay grounded and logical in even the most stressful situations.
Wow, you're good for society.
I'm pretty good for society at the very least.
At the very least. At least he's good for society.
I'm structured, I'd say.
Yeah, you've been here every Friday night at 8 p.m. reliably. So that's also been true, except for the one time we did Saturday. But every other time you've been here every Friday night, dude.
Yeah, pretty
very
much
reliable. Yeah.
If there's anything, I'm punctual.
Mm-hmm.
You can ask anyone. So yeah,
there we go. Mystery solved.
I am.
Now we know why it's hard for Gage to find a gate too.
A date.
What did you say? Oh, whoops. I don't know why I said gate.
You said Dage.
I said Dage
to find a gate.
Dage to find a gate. Interesting. You want me to read mine?
Yeah, let's hear it. What are you?
INTP. Here's the thingy. INTPs are marked by a quiet, stoic, modest, and aloof exterior that masks strong creativity and enthusiasm for novel possibilities. Because their dominant function is introverted thinking, and because they are perceivers rather than judgers, their weaknesses include insensitivity to social niceties and poor organizational skills. Kiersey referred to INTPs as architects, one of the 4 types belonging to the temperament he called irrationals. INTPs are relatively rare, accounting for 2 to 5% of the U.S. population. I thought there was skipping through some of the characteristics: quiet, thoughtful, analytical, spend long periods of time on their own, working through problems and solutions, curious about systems, how things work, prize autonomy in themselves and others, generally balk, B-A-L-K, at attempts by others to convince them to change. Balk.
Like a bird.
Yeah, like shoot down.
Yeah, you balk at them.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that.
Yeah, I don't want
You're always shooting people down.
when they tell me to change.
Yeah.
What do I have to freaking change, dude?
Well, if you
And at which they respond by being even less conformist than they otherwise would be. Yeah, as soon as someone tells me that I have to do something different or like that I've got a problem, I'm immediately like, dude, you have no idea how much of an issue this could be.
Yeah. What, you haven't what?
Well, if people are like, let's see, I can't think of a real world example, but I know in my heart of hearts, as soon as someone tries to like exert authority over me, I immediately just rebel.
Yeah.
I'm just like, no way, dude, I'm not doing that. And just to double down, I'm going to do 10 things you don't want me to do that I'll just do them just to make you mad.
That's annoying.
It's annoying, but it feels good.
For you. Only for you.
So yeah, INTP, baby.
Nice. Rare breed.
So now you know what's going on behind the personalities of the cousin couch.
Yeah. We kind of balance each other in a way.
Yeah, in a way.
I mean,
you're
we're
more
both
logical,
Yeah.
and this one says
You're more creative.
both introverted.
Yeah, so I don't know. So why did we start a podcast, you know?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, I mean, we don't have to be extroverted to start a podcast. We're just
No.
talking to each other and recording it.
Yeah.
So no extroversion here. Don't need it.
It says I'm 73% introverted.
It's pretty introverted.
Yeah.
Mine doesn't say that. I just have a printout of a Wikipedia page. My phone is used to record, so I can't look
Yeah.
anything up ever on the podcast.
It says logisticians are the least likely personality type to enjoy singing karaoke.
Really?
'Cause
You kind of got into it when we went.
it depends on the group, though.
Yeah. Just friends and family.
Yeah. Then you can really let go.
If it was your work
I'd probably be a little more
associates.
reserved. I would still do it, but I'd be more reserved.
How do you do karaoke more reserved? Are you just gonna like sing quieter, or
I don't know, like,
you don't jump around?
like, go crazy.
Yeah, okay.
It'd be more like,
You wouldn't sing a song with the F word in it.
I don't do that anyway.
Wouldn't you sing Eminem
Yeah, but
or rap Eminem? Well, kind of rap Eminem.
no, I can rap Eminem, man.
Spit
I
some
was-
bars right now.
I was hitting it.
Give us a little taste.
Of Eminem?
Yeah.
Okay. Which song do you want?
Just whichever one you're best at.
Okay, I can do Love the Way You Lie.
Do it.
Okay. Should I pull it up? Or just start rapping?
With the karaoke?
Yeah.
I guess you could. Yeah, we'll see how well it comes through. Just hold it up to the mic, I guess.
Talk about something while I pull it up.
I doubt we'll get copyright striked at all. Just do like a quick 10 seconds or something. I don't know what the time. It doesn't matter anyway. We're not monetized, so if they take our video down, what are we really losing? Something to think about while Gage is pulling up his video. You know, I've been thinking about how much I don't like AI and how much it kind of reduces the value of like true artistry in a way. Like are we never gonna have another Michelangelo? Like we'll never have another Sistine Chapel, I don't think, if we continue to delve into AI the way we are. I think that the usefulness of like really good artists who have put in years of work will be just diminished by people who can spend, there's people playing on Midjourney for a couple hours and they come up with a stellar image, and then you already have this baseline of I can make this with just 2 hours of experience, and then you sort of refine your process with Midjourney creating AI images or whatever, and you get better at feeding it prompts that make it look like this and that, and then like the people who are actually sitting there painting for a few days at a time, just one painting, it's like, will we discount that now because someone else can do it cheaper? I think yes, because everything's about doing it quicker and cheaper and faster now. So it's like, are we just being, is the art we consume even like worthwhile at all? Or are we just being fed like pigs in a sty, just like whatever scrap crap came off the table?
Yeah. I don't know.
It's
I think
interesting
so.
to think about.
I mean, 'cause I get a lot of AI, like, the ASMR AI, like they cutting like glass fruits. Have you seen that?
No. I've not seen that.
They cut glass.
Do you watch
fruit.
a lot of ASMR?
No, but it just pops up on like Instagram Reels.
Oh.
It's been popping up lately.
Well, they're feeding you from an algorithm, so
Yeah. Well,
you have a tendency
I've
to
talked
like
to other
ASMR?
people and they've seen a lot of that too. You're just not on social media a lot.
I guess not. My YouTube shorts don't really have ASMR though. I am on YouTube.
Yeah. But I also saw on Instagram that apparently there was a AI like picture competition, and the winner was actually a real photo.
Oh yeah, I heard about
and
that.
it got disqualified. So I guess real art still is tops AI right now.
Maybe.
It was like of the flamingo, like circle,
the headless flamingo. Yeah, but it just went down at the right time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that. So I don't know. I feel if I had to make a prediction, much like the correct prediction I made about your personality, I would say
you can't like
we'll have
just 'cause you predict like one thing correct. That's not even.
Dude, if I get one thing right, that gives me the confidence to predict another 100 things, and then one of those will be right, and then I'll have the confidence again to do another 100. Okay. And then after I get a few of those, people will be like, hey, he predicted 10 things right, and those other things will just fade away.
And then you'll be like a cult leader.
Kind of, yeah. Basically, then people will ask me for predictions, and I'll charge them money.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if I did have to... What?
I was laughing at you.
My little squeak. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. But if I had to predict, I'm going to guess this next generation of younger folks kind of being raised with AI, using AI, they'll just totally, well, it won't be their fault. It'll be like select few people from their generation that somehow rise to the top, and make big decisions that affect a lot of people. It'll just be force-fed crap, and it'll just become too easy to create, and change it back towards I'd rather hire someone to paint this picture rather than just try and have Google spit it out.
Okay.
Crazy. Anyway, I've been thinking about that this week. You were pulling up, what were you were going to do karaoke. That's right. Okay, sing.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay. It's the intro stuff. I can't tell you how it really is. I can only tell you what it feels like. And right now it's a steel knife in my windpipe. I can't breathe, but I still fight. Well, I can fight. As long as the wrong feels right, it's like I'm in flight. High off of love, drunk from my hate. So like, yeah, come on. I suffocate right before I'm about to drown. She resuscitates me. She hates me.
Yeah, I would be a little reserved too.
No, that was good.
It was all right, yeah.
I just wasn't,
You were in the zone.
in the zone.
We'd do another take for sure.
Yeah, we can
in
do
the
another
studio.
take. I gotta be like standing up, like
That's true. The vibe is part of it.
the vibe is part
Sometimes
of it.
when I record guitars, I stand up and play.
Yeah. But I can rap that whole song.
Nice.
I'm not lying.
I totally believe you.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't doubting you.
Well, you kind of were.
No, I know you know all the words.
Okay.
Anyways, how do you feel about this is a thing that I've been thinking about, sneakers with suits,
Oh, I don't like it.
or like a blazer
At
with
church.
sneakers, or just anywhere,
Anywhere?
work, church.
I think it's fine and I think I don't know, I think it's fine, but I don't like it at church. I don't know. I think it looks dumb.
'Cause you're very traditional.
'Cause I'm a traditional
You're
ISTJ,
you're a traditionalist.
a logistician. Like that's not logical
Yeah.
to me.
I just think it makes you look like Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah. That with
That's my
no
thing about it.
socks and yeah.
Yeah, or like the really like low cut sock or whatever.
Yeah.
Or and you're wearing like your khakis with like a blue blazer and Air Force Ones or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. There was a guy at doTERRA, one of like the bosses would do that, and everyone would be like, "Looking sharp, man, looking sharp," and I just want to be like, "You're dressed like a lesbian."
Yeah. I saw Ellen wear that on her show last night.
Nice, doing the Ellen look. All right, okay.
Looks like you and Ellen shop at the same place.
Yeah, I don't like it. I mean, I tried it out. I definitely tried it out a couple times. But yeah, I mean, when I was like 18, 19.
You got to try it, I guess.
Yeah, you gotta
I've
try
never
it out.
tried it, but
I very quickly was like, this can't be cool, right? Like, I don't know. Ellen pulls it off, but I'm not Ellen, and that's not the vibe I'm going for. So I
you're
think I
not
should just
Ellen,
stop.
but you're close to Ellen.
I do like girls. I'm halfway there.
True. True. You got her same hairstyle too.
Yeah, mine doesn't look as good though. I can't pull it off. It just looks kind of ratty when it gets too long. I'm in this middle stage of where if I wanted to grow it long, I'd have to keep going. No, her hair's definitely shorter than mine right now.
Well, it's still the same style though.
Relatively, yeah, okay. But mine's in this awkward point right now where it's like I feel I need to get it cut 'cause it just doesn't look great. But if I wanted to have longer hair, I'd have to like power through, you know? So
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
The
always get
awkward
to this
stage.
point and then I'm like, I just need to cut it.
Yeah.
So whatever. Oh well.
I need a haircut too.
No, you don't.
It's fine.
You could go for a little bit, I think.
Yeah. Mine just always looks shorter than it actually is. 'Cause it kind of curls and the way I style it.
Blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yours is straight.
Mine is straight, so it looks as long as it is.
Yeah.
And it's not really a good way to hide it. So
No. You wear a hat.
it's hard to wear hats. I need like a wide bucket hat, but like a baseball cap, there's a lot of hair to try and fit in
Mat
underneath
down.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause my hair's really thick.
Then you look like an elementary school kid who wants to play baseball.
I might, yeah. And another problem is I can't push my bangs back and then like have the hat come down 'cause it's just
'Cause
too
you're
much
like
hair.
balding and stuff.
No.
Oh.
'Cause it's too much. It's just too poofy, so the hat doesn't really like actually stay on my head.
Yeah.
So I have to have my bangs down, which is doesn't look great. I have to like kind of pull them off to the side as much as I can. Anyways,
Don't look good in a hat
I'll
right
just
now.
cut my hair. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, this week,
What else did you do this week?
I saw this funny quote on Instagram. Well, it wasn't a quote, it was a comment someone made. It was about, I can't remember what the post was, but I assuming it was about dating because of the comment I wrote down.
You wrote this down?
No,
Oh.
I wrote down because I thought it was
Oh,
funny.
you wrote down the comment. Okay.
Really resonated with me.
All right.
said, this guy said, if I had $1 for every girl that found me unattractive, they would eventually find me attractive.
I've heard that one before.
Yeah.
Wait, so did you ask a girl out this week? That's a no.
That's a no.
That's a no? Wow,
That's a
you let
no.
down all the listeners, dude.
Yeah, well, there's always this week.
You're not as reliable as we think.
Not when it comes to dating. Because as we learned, what did we learn? I'm a tough
You're
dater.
great in relationships, but you're not great at getting into relationships. I think we knew that before you took the personality test.
Yeah, we didn't need a personality test to know that. Once I'm in a relationship, I'm great.
Maybe.
People love me.
Have they ever said it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, come on.
All right.
But getting to the relationship, yeah. That's where the...
Tough beans.
Yeah.
It's a tricky one.
Says I'm more reserved and more...
Well, don't let that define you.
No, but I'm saying it...
Let that be a guide.
No, I know. I'm not letting
Okay.
it define me, but I'm saying it's kind of right.
I mean, yeah, it is. Did you even have an opportunity to ask someone on a date?
No. I didn't put myself in one.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I guess there's always next week.
Yeah.
Maybe next year. I mean,
Who
we're coming up
knows?
to the end of the year anyway, so why not just wait till next year?
Yeah. We're almost halfway to next year. Might as well just wait. If we're rounding up, like way up.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. We are more than halfway.
Yeah, we are more than halfway through, I think. Almost.
Yeah, the summer solstice was last year. Last week. Last week. Oh, my gosh.
I mean, month-wise, I guess we're just barely not quite halfway, but...
No,
since
June
it's-
is halfway.
Yeah, June is the 6th month. And
So, like,
then
halfway through June
would be July 1st. I'm saying yearly. Like, the first 6 months ends at June, at the end
Yeah.
of June, and then July to the end is...
Yeah.
So we're not
It's the
quite
last
halfway
half.
through the year,
Yeah.
if you look at the months.
Okay.
But if you look at the sun, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe I should just cold just ask someone out.
Yeah, just walk up to someone and be like, hey, can I get your Instagram or whatever?
Yeah, and I should make a TikTok channel.
Maybe not the TikTok channel part.
Oh, why?
Why do two things at once when you can just do one? Would you like film yourself approaching these women? I would
with
just
glasses, like with like a camera glasses.
with like those Ray-Ban Meta glasses.
Yeah.
Do you
And
think
I-
people would appreciate being filmed like that? What if they went on a date with you, but then they saw that you just like creepily filmed them while you asked them out?
At least I got a date. You know,
First and last.
first and last doesn't matter. But I mean, I've seen a lot of channels that go up to women to try and get their numbers or Instagram or whatever.
Are you taking down tips?
No.
Oh. Do they just go up and ask for their number?
I mean, they're like, "Hey, I thought you were really cute. Like, I was just wondering if I could get your number."
Boom. There's your script.
Yeah.
Do
yeah.
that.
Yeah. Okay.
5 times this week.
Whoa.
That's
I couldn't
easy.
even do it once last week.
Well, we said get a date, which I guess is more daunting. But if you only have to ask a question 5 times, that's easy.
That's true.
It's super easy.
Yeah. But I would rather know 'em than cold do it. As, you know, the ISTJ says.
You just gotta go to like a gas station and just ask the lady behind the counter for her number.
You think she... No.
I mean,
She's
just
like 50 years old.
I know. It's low risk. No, you're not invested at all. So
And
then
then
you
she
can
says
go
yes,
in and just
and
be
I'm
like,
like,
you're like, oh
"Ah,
shoot.
okay."
Well, I'll give you a call. Yeah, easy playoff. Then you'll be like, all right, sick. Yeah, I'll give you a call later. Maybe we'll do something. And then you just never call her back. And then you never go to that gas station again.
It's true. I have to go.
So don't do a gas station you like.
That I frequent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to a different one and try this.
Okay. I'm not going to do that.
Or go to the mall. There's a million girls at the mall.
It's true.
But just be careful. There's a lot of teenagers hanging out at the mall
Yeah.
too, I guess.
That's
Especially
the
now that
issue.
summer's out.
Yeah.
Or school's out. For summer. Dang, I wonder how many times I'm going to mess up words like that. Just reverse things.
Switch it in, reverse it.
Yeah, I can speak English.
Yeah, but Korean's your native language, right?
It's in my blood, I would say. It's in my DNA. It's ingrained into the software somehow.
Okay. So like if you got like a bad head injury,
Maybe I'd start speaking Korean, yeah.
that'd be sick.
That would be very cool. I've been told by foreigners that when I've had conversations with them, they're like, you think more like an Asian person than a white person. So I'm like, heck yeah, dude. Yeah, I do.
You do.
I'm very ingrained in Eastern ways of thinking.
You are, yeah.
It's
Kind of
very
like uptight and
uptight, dude. I'm loose and creative. Didn't you hear my INTP thing?
no, but you're also like, if you tell me what to do, I'm getting back at you tenfold.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Depends. If I respect the person, then I'll do it.
Yeah.
My boss at doTERRA,
No respect.
no, tons of
Oh.
respect. Yeah. I'll do whatever he says.
Whatever.
I mean, sometimes it was kind of, well, there were a couple things I was like, eh. But for the most part, if he gave me advice, I would take it.
Okay.
But yeah, I have to reach a certain level of respect for someone before I just take
Ooh.
advice or do what they tell me.
Okay. You respect me?
Well, we'll see. You told me to make a short, and I did.
That's
and
true.
I came up with a good process for how I can bust out like a few of them at a time, too.
Nice.
I'm going to start writing down timestamps before and then just edit it like 4 shorts into one video. And then from there, I can just cut it down a lot easier. Because I have to like delete the whole video, you know, once you find the short. But instead of deleting the whole video, if I find like 4 or 5 clips, whatever.
Anyways.
We can talk about that after.
Yeah. It's a good short.
Yeah. We don't need behind the scenes on the pod.
Yeah. Well, how was your week?
It's been good. I have 6 weeks of paternity leave because my
Nice.
wife is pregnant. And so next week is basically my last full week. And then I work on the Monday after.
But
And
next week, do you get 4th of July off though?
yeah, so it's not even
a full
really
week.
like a full week. So I have 5 full work days left spread across like the next week and a half.
Nice.
But it has been so hard to just remain dialed in. As soon as
You're
it
just
gets
looking
to like
at that paternity.
11:30 in the afternoon,
That's
I'm
not
like,
very long.
I start like checking out. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'll just take my lunch break now and hopefully get back into it afterwards.
How long's your lunch?
An hour on paper.
Oh, on paper it's an hour?
On paper, it's an hour. Yeah.
That's a long lunch.
Yeah.
I
I
get
mean-
30 minutes.
Do you work like a full 8-hour shift?
I mean, it's full 8 hours with a 30-minute lunch cut out. So
Oh yeah. So you're only there 8.5 hours.
no, I'm there 8 hours. Sorry.
Oh, you're
so I
only
work
there
7
8
and a half. I'm
Oh.
there 8 because like
Interesting.
my lunch is taken out. My 30-minute lunch is taken out.
Oh, I see.
So I'm there 8 hours, but
I'm
with an
tech-
unpaid lunch.
Yeah. I'm technically at work for 9 hours with like 8 to 5 is like working hours, which is dumb. It should just be 8 hours.
Yeah.
I'm
Mm.
fine taking a 30-minute lunch if I can
Mhm.
go home early. But
I mean, we technically do get an hour break though, 'cause we get
2 15-minute
two
breaks.
15 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I just kind of take breaks whenever.
Yeah. I don't
I
formally
go
take.
for a walk. Yeah.
Well, cool.
Yeah. So that's my work schedule. Everyone. That's Gage's work
Yeah.
schedule.
Yeah.
Isn't that so fun? I mean, I'm sure a
We're
lot of
on-
listeners relate. Everyone's out there
Yeah,
grinding
on that 9 to 5.
on that stupid 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 if you're
If you're-
unlucky.
Yeah. But you're here, like,
Yeah.
and you don't really have anyone looking over your shoulder.
That is correct.
So
Unless IT is tracking like my mouse movements and stuff. I've heard of other
Then you're
companies doing
screwed.
that. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully they don't do that. I mean, I can make myself look busier if that's what they want. But I mean, my work gets done with the amount of times I click on my mouse. So,
Yeah. That shouldn't matter. Yeah.
dude, what do you want from me? Do you
Yeah.
want the work done or do you want me to
They should just have
fiddle
you
with my keyboard?
get the work done,
Yeah, just get the work done.
regardless.
I wish it was at a point where I just have my set tasks and then as soon as I'm done, I'm just done. That'd be awesome. But I kind of have to, like, I rely on other people to like get me links or copy or,
Yeah.
like approvals. So I have to sit and wait for other people.
Yeah.
Which I guess is just the nature of the beast. But it'd be awesome if I could just
The nature of the beast.
check off the boxes, leave.
You should make a shirt. It says my work is like the nature of the
It's
beast.
the nature of the beast.
Just throwing out ideas.
Merch, yeah. Yeah, that's been. What else have I done this week? Yeah, our short did do good. Turns out if you ask people for likes, they'll get likes.
Yeah.
It's 'cause we got less views, but we got just as many likes as one of our most viewed videos, basically. And all that changed was we asked people to like and subscribe at the end.
Sure.
Which is interesting because I feel like that shouldn't work, but it does.
It does, yeah. So
'Cause-
if you're listening, follow the podcast.
Yeah.
Give it 5 stars.
Share it with a friend,
Yeah.
maybe 2.
Yeah.
Rate us.
If you like what's in your ears right now,
Yeah, if you love what's coming out of your headphones right now.
coming out. Yeah. Yeah. What were you gonna say? You were gonna say coming out your ears.
Yeah. I got a little tongue-tied there, but if you like what you're hearing right now,
Give us a like. Give us a
give
follow.
us a like, follow, subscribe, share with your friends.
Yeah.
Share with 5 friends. I bet you can't even do that.
Yeah. Do you even have 5 friends?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to come at them or anything.
I just think they'll respond like me, like, dude, I have freaking 5 friends. I'll show you. I'll show with 10 people, dude.
Yeah. I bet you. Yeah. Okay. But you less than 2%. What'd you say? 20%? I can't remember.
2 to 5%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or that. So
So
unlikely,
low.
but
Unlikely that we have the same personality. I'm just so unique, dude.
You kind of are unique.
But anyways, what that made me think, 'cause when I saw a really cool app on YouTube. It was like an ad for an app. I forget what it's called already, but it was for like you take a picture of coins that you have and it'll tell you if it's like a rare coin or like a collector's coin or something, or if there's like something interesting about it. But instead of clicking through the ad to go to the app, I was like, they'll know that the ad worked. I don't want them to know that their ad is working. So I swiped through a couple more videos, got out of YouTube, went to the App Store, and then looked up the app like manually just so that they didn't get a click.
Why?
'Cause I like to just mess with their marketing stuff. I mean, it's one person, so it's probably not going to work. But
But if everyone does it?
on a mass scale, never click on an ad again.
Hmm.
And like when emails come in, I just always mark them as read, whether I read them or not.
Same, actually.
Yeah. And then that way it screws with them. I mean, Apple Mail, there's like a setting. If you use Apple Mail, there's a setting that'll do it for you automatically if you use Apple Mail. But I'm still on the Gmail app, so I just mark it as read.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
You don't even open it.
Nope. Don't even read that.
You're diabolical, man.
Dude, I'm so diabolical, messing with email marketers' open rates.
Wow. I mean, you're an email marketer yourself. Like,
Yeah, you don't run into a lot of email marketers out in the wild. It's a pretty niche.
no, they're usually cooped up in their house. 'Cause
They're out and about. They're on the marketing team.
no.
Yeah. They're the nerdy guy in the corner, on the
Yeah.
marketing team, but it's still the marketing team.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, people aren't going to school for email marketing. A lot of people are like, they were web developers or they just sort of did email marketing because they had to in a different marketing role.
Yeah.
And then realized you can make bank doing email marketing.
Where there were retailers and they're like, I'm just going to go to marketing without any qualifications.
Maybe. Email marketing is a
Never
tough one to just break into, I would say.
Yeah, but didn't you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you would say it. You're so resilient.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to be able to code.
Yeah, HTML.
Yeah. And CSS. So it's not like crazy difficult. It's pretty logical.
I took a
think.
semester on it.
Yeah.
I know.
But then in addition to that, there's a lot of list building. Super
Wow,
interesting.
List building.
Yeah, and then just knowing how the system works that sends the emails. So like I use Marketing Cloud, which is like one of the like bigger ones. Yeah.
Hmm.
And so like the way each one works is different obviously, and there's more settings and like different things you can do and like how do you set this up, but will it like how's the data coming in? Do we have the right data?
All exciting stuff.
All super exciting.
Yeah. You're dime a dozen.
I think if we could look back on the stats for each individual minute of the podcast, all the parts where I talk about email marketing is just through the roof engagement. People probably come here to listen to that.
Yeah. Okay.
No, yeah, that was a joke.
I know, I got
it's
it.
fine. Yeah.
It wasn't funny though.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Someone laughed.
Someone laughed. Yeah.
Anyways, what did you do this
I
week?
start tuning out when you talk about it. Honestly, I don't know what you say. I like start looking out your window.
Gosh, you're not an engaged person to talk to.
Well, not when you talk about email marketing.
Yeah, not about email marketing. Fine, whatever. Don't. It's fine.
That's fine.
It's not everyone's cup of tea.
Definitely. Not a lot of people's. This week, I had a fun incident that happened at work.
Uh-huh.
Got a nosebleed. And it's one of those ones that, where like,
Were
you're
you
just kind
sniffing
of.
powder?
No.
Just saying, you get nosebleeds if you do that a lot.
Yeah. Anyways. I'm not doing that.
So what caused this nosebleed?
I don't know. Yeah,
Okay.
It's one of those ones where like
Out of nowhere.
I was on my lunch though. I was in my car, thankfully.
Uh-huh.
Kind of thankfully. But like I was just looking down at my phone, all of a sudden there it goes.
Whoa.
It was like a waterfall. Not really. But like it just like the floodgates opened. The dam burst.
Did you look it up on Reddit? What it could be?
My symptoms?
Yeah.
It said cancer for sure. Probably stage 4 terminal.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So we have like 5 or 6 podcasts left in us.
Less. No, but then it got on my pants and on my car seat.
Oh.
And
So it was like a full stream.
yeah, it was like, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Dang.
Thankfully I had napkins in my car though.
Yeah, thankfully.
Yeah. But then like, for the rest of the day at work,
You had blood on you.
I had blood on my
You
pants.
had blood on your hands.
Yeah. Didn't get on my my hands, thankfully. Blood on my pants. So I kind of had to like, stand or like hide
Like
it.
on your crotch?
No, it was a little farther down, like on my thigh. Just like a little like, it wasn't like a whole lot, but it was like tan pants, so it was visible.
Yeah.
And yeah, made it through though.
Oof.
But I was a little embarrassed about it, It's like, got blood on my pants.
Guess so.
And blood on my car seat that I later was cleaning off.
Yeah, but at least it's in the driver's seat, not
Yeah.
like in the
Yeah.
trunk or
Yeah. That looks a little worse.
the back seat
Hydrogen peroxide only costs $1. Did you know that?
for like a big bottle.
Yeah.
Interesting. And that gets it out?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not completely out right now. I think I need to throw a bit more on.
Does it bubble up?
Yeah, it starts to bubble.
So cool.
Yeah.
One time I got like I'm guessing it was an infection like under my thumbnail.
Ew.
And so it started to turn a little green and like get swollen, the skin. And so I poured a little hydrogen peroxide on the edge of my nail, and I could see little bubbles coming up like in between my nail and skin. So I grabbed my skin and like pulled it back, and it was just an explosion of green foam out of my thumb. It was
Ew.
crazy.
It like had a reaction with the.
Yeah, I just killed everything inside of it. And then I
Ew.
did that a couple more times until it stopped, exploding foam out of my thumb, and my thumb was back to normal.
Whoa.
Yeah, like the swelling went down, it wasn't green anymore, and
Interesting.
yeah, super
So you have
cool.
like a hangnail infection, just.
Probably. Yeah, 'cause there was a gap between my nail and my skin for a little bit. So I'm guessing something got in there and then kind of closed up, but not enough to where I could just kind of pull it back open and let the peroxide in.
Gross.
Yeah, it was so cool.
Wow. Cool story.
Yeah, thanks. I thought it was pretty cool.
That's cool. What is hydrogen peroxide? It's got
Was-
hydrogen in it
And
and
probably
peroxide.
oxygen
But what's the per?
there's 1 hydrogen per oxide.
Whoa.
Would that be it? Is it just HO? Look it up. I don't have my phone.
Hydrogen HO. Isn't that something else? No answer?
No, I was gonna say your mom, but she listens to the podcast.
It's H2O2.
H2.
So there's two hydrogens
Yeah, two
and
hydrogens, two oxygens.
oxygens.
So there's a hydrogen peroxygen in there.
And they named it hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah.
Chemical compound consisting of hydrogen and oxygen. It's colorless liquid often found in a water solution, and is a powerful oxidizing agent with various uses.
Like cleaning up blood and infections.
Yeah, including disinfection, bleaching, and as a component in rocket fuel.
Whoa.
Rocket fuel. I
Lights
drink
on
that
fire.
stuff.
You drank hydrogen peroxide?
No.
Oh.
But this guy on my mission, he didn't drink it. It was like we knocked on this door,
Uh-huh.
and we were kind of talking to this guy. It's the same guy that told us he was 70% sure he wasn't involved in the murder of his cousin. It's the same guy.
Okay.
So he had this infection on his tooth or something. So he was like putting hydrogen peroxide in his mouth.
Oh, just like swishing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was like,
kind of makes sense.
yeah. Apparently he had swallowed some on accident. He was feeling pretty nauseous and like he wasn't doing great.
Oh my gosh.
So like the elder that I was with offered to give him a blessing. And like as soon as we were done with the blessing, we were kind of like talking to him. And then he runs into his bathroom
And threw up.
and starts throwing up.
Oh.
And he's just throwing up. We're like, hey, we're going to leave. We're going to go.
Take care, man.
So we go. But then he like came running back out. He's like, dude,
he
your
was fine.
blessing, I think, made me throw up or something. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Was there anything else wrong with this guy?
Well, I think, yeah,
Seems like
definitely.
there's a lot more to the story than just he's pretty sure he didn't kill his cousin.
No, he was a little,
There's a couple more things going on here.
something mental,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah, interesting guy.
Swallowed hydrogen peroxide.
On accident, he was trying to disinfect his tooth.
I don't know. Use mouthwash. I feel like it's a
Yeah.
little safer.
Yeah, maybe he didn't have
than
mouthwash.
Just straight hydrogen peroxide.
I don't know. So yeah, that was fun.
Crazy. What did you bring up last week? It was after we quit recording, but you were talking about in the shower when you fold your arms and collect.
Oh, yeah. I was talking about things that everybody does, and I can't remember the second thing.
Was
That
it
the
still
first
in
thing.
the
The first
shower?
thing is like
Just cupping water.
cupping water in the shower and letting it drop.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah, and I do like the fold your arms, get like
Mhm.
huge puddle in between, so you can get the biggest splash. Also, like having it come off the ends of your fingers.
Yeah, I do that still.
You're water bending.
Yeah.
I do that. I
yeah,
do that still.
I still do that.
Same.
Or I'll just cut my hand a little bit, catch a little water, and throw it against the shower curtain.
Okay.
Yeah, just like or if there's something on there, like get it off, throw water at it, or just for fun.
Yeah.
You don't
Well,
do
yeah,
that?
I do that. Yeah,
You don't do that? Everyone
like
does
if there's
that.
a hair on, yeah. Like
Oh, okay, yeah.
on
But you
the-
never get a couple like violent throws just for fun? Just like,
No.
whoop-ah.
Sometimes I'll get some water in my mouth and like do that thing where I spit water
Ew.
between the gap, the gap in my teeth.
No, I don't do that.
Well, you don't have big enough gap.
Yeah, maybe not.
I can't remember what the second thing was that I thought of that everyone does. Oh, I remember. You have a guy run by your car when you were little? Like you pretend like that, like when you were driving, you were looking out the window when mom was driving, I guess.
Yeah.
And like you would see him flip over obstacles and go through obstacles.
No, I never did that, but I do skateboarding.
Well,
Like
the
I
same
have
thing.
a guy skateboarding.
I mean,
and
it's the
doing
same
tricks
thing.
and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, basically the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying slightly different.
Yeah.
He's on a skateboard.
But my guy was pretty good. He'd be running across houses. We're running across houses over trash cans. Do some like on a light post.
Couple
Do
spins.
a couple spins. Go to the next one.
Flip into something.
Yeah.
Mm.
He was pretty sick.
Yeah, his worst was if we were ever like out in the desert driving. There's not much to skate on out there.
Yeah.
It would basically just be riding
Over
the telephone
bushes.
poles. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever have an imaginary friend?
I tried for like a week and gave up.
You had to put him down.
Yeah, just wasn't working out.
Wasn't working out, huh?
It wasn't working out.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's dark.
I mean, it was imaginary.
Who
I
was
didn't
it?
Put him down.
What was it?
I don't know. Just freaking entity.
Entity.
Yeah. I don't know. Nameless, shapeless blob.
So it didn't have a name.
Well, I think I tried to name him. I'm sure, but I don't.
But then you
really-
get too attached.
No, I was just like, yeah, I totally have an imaginary friend, and then I was like, this isn't that cool. I think this is dumb. All right, I'm just gonna give up on this. I'm just talking to myself like I normally do, anyways. Whatever. I don't have to pretend there's someone else here.
Not very imaginative. Imaginative.
Not that time. I just felt like he was kind of getting in the way. So I can sit here and talk to myself without having a figment of my imagination trying to spit stuff back at me.
Yeah.
I just have the second voice in my head say it, but it's still a part of me. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? Everyone does this, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
People have conversations with themselves in their head, right?
Yeah, I
You do that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell myself a joke and laugh in my head. I will do it like on a drive or something.
Uh-huh.
Be like, say something under my breath. Go.
Yeah. Dude, sometimes I'll be so into like faking the conversation in my head that I start like acting it out a little bit. Like with my hands, I'll be like, dude, what the heck? And I'll like throw my hands up in the air and Eve will catch me and be like, what are you doing? Like,
Nothing.
Nothing. Just whatever, you know. Just try and play it out. Anyway, what were you saying?
Yeah. I've done that before, yeah.
Yeah, super embarrassing.
But I didn't have an imaginary friend.
Okay.
I would make up whole scenarios. Like I had my little basketball hoop.
Uh-huh.
I had a whole league, like of in the future NBA. I created players.
Oh.
I would play as them, like different scenarios. I went through my whole career as a basketball player.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So you were playing like brackets and stuff
No, yeah, like,
as different teams?
but like I was in it.
Yeah.
So I was on the Jazz, and then I
Yeah.
created a starting five with me,
Mm-hmm.
with names and everything.
Oh, okay.
And I go through other teams and have names too.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I never went that deep with the basketball thing. I would
Yeah.
just pretend like I was playing with Stockton and Malone.
No, I had a whole world.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had these toys called Lego Knights, you know?
Lego
Yeah. They're like
Ah.
mini figures that are like 8 inches tall,
Oh,
roughly.
I think
And
so.
they're like knights made of Lego, but like their arms and legs move and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways,
Lego
so
Knights.
I would have like huge battles with them and like also create storylines and stuff and how we got there. And then
Uh-huh.
I'd throw in like my dinosaur toys too. And like, oh, the bad team has dinosaurs.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I'd do stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd have all my stuffed animals fight. They'd all fight each other. I had Sam I Am fighting Spider-Man.
Who won?
Sam I Am was low-key kind
Ooh.
of goated. He had a big old hat.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Right to the stomach.
Dang. I used to have a Huey from Huey, Dewey, Louie,
Uh-huh.
you know? And
Yeah,
then,
we had Louis.
yeah, I think we all had one. Or
Yeah.
me, Brennan, and Jane.
Yeah.
We had the set.
Uh-huh.
And then I also had an Elmo that were like the same like Beanie Baby type toy. But anyways, yeah, I would make them fight all the time. Do like karate moves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a whole fight
You twist them
scenarios.
around fast enough so their legs flip out like they're kicking.
Yeah. Kind of control their legs, have them kick and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Dude, those were the days. Maybe I should get more stuffed animals to fight.
Yeah, maybe.
Be fun pastime.
I think it would be fun for like 2 minutes for you now.
Yeah, I could probably get into it.
Yeah, you probably could. You
Depends on
seem
how
like the type.
Yeah. If I was trying to like choreograph, it'd be cool to make like a video of them.
Yeah,
like
that
a
would be
choreograph
more
thing.
like a stop motion.
Possibly, yeah. Or I could find a way to like edit out my hands and do it real time. That'd probably be harder.
Yeah.
Well, I'd have to
Well,
get
once you
something
figure out how to edit
support-
out your hands, it would be probably easier.
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, maybe we should do it. Create a fight scene with Spider-Man versus Sam I Am.
That'd be sick. I would want to watch that one.
That'd be sick.
Do you think there is already a video of that?
No.
Sam I Am versus
Versus
Spider-Man.
Who would win? Should I ask ChatGPT who would win?
I mean, I think this is Sam I Am from the book Green Eggs and Ham, correct?
Yeah. Let's break this down.
Well,
with
he's
brutal
just like
honesty
a Whoville.
and a touch of
person.
whimsy.
I think Spider-Man will win.
It says, in a physical fight, Spider-Man wins. No question. One
In a
web
mental
shot, and
battle?
Sam's riding the green ham train to a wall. In a psychological battle, however,
Sam I Am wins.
Sam I Am wins.
Because he beat down that guy into eating green eggs and ham.
Yeah, he doesn't need fists. He'll annoy Spider-Man into submission. Parker will be swinging through New York City fighting Doc Ock, and Sam's will still be right behind him like, would you eat them with a rhino? Would you eat them while you fight Electro?
That wasn't a good rhyme, ChatGPT. That's what I'm talking about. Art is lost.
Rhino Electro? Yeah.
Interesting. That's if he could keep up, though. I don't think he'd keep up with Spider-Man.
I mean, he kept up with...
The other normal dude. Yeah.
I don't know. He's probably got some magic. Some kind of fictional magic.
I don't know. They're like the Whoville people, right?
Yeah.
He's like that. But they weren't that magical. They could build stuff really fast, I guess.
Yeah.
In the Jim Carrey movie, at least.
Yeah. So that's interesting. You got any other fights you'd want to
Any
look
other
up?
fights specifically?
Yeah. We can ask ChatGPT who'd win.
Oh.
You don't
No,
like
dude.
it?
What? I don't like AI.
Okay. Whatever.
I don't like talking to AI that much.
Whatever.
If it's like a fun thing.
That is fun.
Well,
What do you
no,
mean?
no, 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 no. That's not what I meant. Sorry. If it's like a. What do I even use? Honestly, I just Google stuff.
Yeah, but Google has AI too now.
Yeah, I don't use the AI part.
But you read it.
I immediately scroll past.
Bull crap.
Find a website.
No, you don't.
Take me to a blog.
No, you don't.
Find a blog for
No,
me.
you don't. You go to Reddit.
Real people giving real answers.
Yeah. Real experts giving real answers. Reddit's full of experts.
Reddit's the go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of subject matter experts out there. Anyways, yeah. I'm a little apprehensive about using AI all the time. I'm a little worried. What is my worry with it? I'm a little worried about the knowledge you gain 'cause it's not earned, I feel like, in a way. So, like, using it, like, somehow, like, shortcuts the learning process in a way.
Yeah.
So I'm hesitant to use that to try and shortcut things, I guess.
Yeah, but
I don't know if
it's
that's
just a
good or
fun
bad.
question.
Yeah, it's true. But a fun question is like, what if I came up with the answer instead of relying on this thing to give me the train of thought? Like, what if I created my own
Thought.
answer and like stuck with it and defended it?
Yeah.
You know?
That'd be kind of boring.
I mean, I think it'd
I'm
be
just
more
kidding.
helpful.
I'm just kidding.
I think it'd be more interesting.
Yeah. But I think it's interesting to see what AI says about it too. Like, you would not have
Maybe.
come up with that rhyme. There's no way.
Yeah, 'cause it wasn't a good rhyme, dude.
Well, let's hear your rhyme.
Let's see. How did it go? What was the premise again of it?
He was swinging through. Would you eat it with a rhino? Would you eat them while you fight
it was just
Electro?
ripping- okay, yeah. It was like a Dr. Seuss thing. I don't know. I'm not a Dr. Seuss rhymer, but would you? Okay, well, is Spider-Man specific?
Would you eat it on a plane? Would you eat it while saving Mary Jane?
There you go. Nice, right
Th-
off the
there
dome.
it is. There
Right
it
off
is.
the dome.
Eminem style.
8 Mile style.
Yeah. That's right out the 6. The 8, I mean.
Great.
You need to come up with one now, huh?
No, I'm not gonna think of a rhyme. It'll take too long. I think we just move on. Something else.
Okay.
Would you eat it?
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Would you eat it with a gay? Would you eat it with Aunt May?
Oh, there you go. Would
So-
you eat it on a web? Would you eat it with your friend Jeb?
No, come on, man.
I don't. I got the web in there.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a friend Jeb.
What's the other? Who's the friend in the new Spider-Mans? Ned.
Ned.
Dang it! Doesn't work.
Coulda- You could have used Ned. Would you eat it with a web? Would you eat it with your friend Ned? It kind of
Yeah,
rhymes.
it's like a half rhyme, I guess. Sort of. Oh well. I'll think of more rhymes. I'll
Yeah.
spew them out next time. We don't.
He's
need to
not
hear,
really.
We
yeah.
don't need to hear the silences in between. I have to take my time when I try and come up with things. Sometimes.
Yeah, I don't. Apparently,
Yeah, for rhyming.
for really anything,
Oh.
it's the quick wit.
The quick wit
Yeah.
that gave you the eat it with a gay, eat it with a man.
Yeah. It's quick wit.
That is quick wit.
It's quicker than your wit.
I mean, quicker than my rhyming, yeah. But I think Jeb was fine.
No.
It was a Jeb. Anyways,
Because you. Anyways.
Jeb isn't in the Spider-Man universe, I guess.
Yeah. And you hesitated.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Did you ever do any extreme sports?
No.
Boom. There's something off the dome.
What?
I don't know.
Yeah, that was off the dome. Didn't make any sense though.
I'm just bringing
No
us
wit.
into a new subject
Extreme
matter.
sports. I've gone paragliding before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I
It's pretty
mean,
extreme. You went to the trampoline park a month or two ago, too.
that's true. That's extreme. Did some flips. Just the other day, I did a flip on the ground
Oh,
for the
really?
first time in a long time.
Front flip?
Backflip.
Backflip. Whoa, scary.
Yeah, but I did like a round off backflip, where like you do the little cartwheel and then backflip.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
So you get your
I didn't
momentum up.
quite make it all the way around.
Did you do it in the sand in your
No, I did it on grass.
volleyball pit? Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, I do extreme sports. To answer your question.
Nice.
But the paragliding, it was fun to be up there, but it was also a little anticlimactic. I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. It's just like
gliding.
you just got gliding, and it just feels like you're like sitting up there. Almost like it's like the same thing on the boat, just a little higher, you know, because you still
Oh.
got the wind hitting you, but it still just feels like you're sitting. I don't know. It wasn't like that exhilarating,
I see.
you know.
Oh, it's the one where the boat pulls you with the
Yeah.
little parachute behind
You
you.
got the whole big parachute.
Oh,
behind you.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see how that's maybe not super fun.
But it was still cool to do.
Yeah. Was it on the ocean? Did you see any marine life?
No.
Oh.
Might have saw a bird or two. It was when I went on a cruise. Yeah.
Mexico?
Yes.
Did you see the blowhole? Was it that cruise?
Yeah. Yeah. The blowhole.
Nice.
Ensenada.
Yeah.
Cozumel. Is that Cozumel? No. Is it?
There were really good tacos there.
At the blowhole?
Yeah. I like the shops near the blowhole.
Did those tacos blow your hole?
No. They sat perfectly fine in my stomach.
Good.
Yeah, they were super good.
Good.
You know, I didn't really have any bathroom stuff happen on that trip.
On what trip?
When I went on the cruise.
I know.
Yeah, didn't have a problem.
That's good. When I went on, I was a little constipated. But that's any trip.
Yeah.
Maybe I should get some enemas.
Have you done an enema before?
No.
You should try it.
I've done
I should
bidets.
try it. I haven't done it. Yeah, but that doesn't go up your butt.
No.
'Cause you're definitely clenching
Yeah.
when the water hits.
No. Not if you get comfortable.
Really?
Just kind of let it.
I clench. I don't
no,
let water
you
go up.
gotta get comfortable.
Nah. I just don't want any leakage going in. It's an exit only down there. I don't want any water going up.
Okay. No leakage. But you want to try an enema.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot just to see what it's like.
You'll try anything once.
Yeah.
Is there anything you? Yeah.
Okay, I'll try relaxing on the bidet next time.
Yeah, just relax.
Just once.
Sweet.
Nice. Think that about wraps it up, huh?
Yeah.
Should we
well,
wrap it up here?
what's the
We
time? at?
just hit an hour.
I think we should wrap.
Cool. Let's
It's a
wrap
good
it up.
episode.
Yeah, not bad.
Thanks for joining, everyone.
See you next
Remember
time.
to follow. Give us a rating.
Next week we'll have special guests.
Yes, we will.
We will have special guests.
My sister and her.
Don't reveal it.
Never mind.
Too late.
We also have an
Alright.
Instagram. You
Oh,
can follow
yeah.
us at The Cousin Couch.
We do have an Instagram. Give us a follow. We'll be posting some content up there soon, I'm sure.
Uh-huh.
And
There's 3 videos up now.
oh, really? Did you just do like the shorts?
Yeah,
that we
just
do? Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fine. Oh, you
Yeah.
should post a picture about the tree.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh yeah, last time we were recording with all the wind, turns out the tree in my front yard blew down.
yeah.
So,
And we heard it. We were like, was that a trash can?
yeah.
Turns
didn't
out
know
it
what
was there was a tree.
But we
So we'll
got
post
a
that picture,
sweet
too.
picture of it after we were done recording.
Yeah.
So
We'll
post that on the Instagram. Go give it a like.
Yeah.
So a new way to connect with us personally.
Yeah. Yeah. You can DM us.
Yeah, DM us on Instagram.
Tell us how you like the show. I don't know.
Yeah, or if you hate the show.
Yeah. I'm looking for a date.
Gage is looking for dates. He's the one moderating the Instagram primarily
True.
right now. So
Anything.
topics.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I
Just,
don't know. Just
I don't know.
whatever you want to say.
Yep.
All right. Well, we're out for this week.
Yep. Thanks for listening to the.
Cousin Gouge.
Yeah.